Hello, thank you. Yeah, that's certainly part of the motivation for us creating AlcoChange. But yeah, I'm Gautam Mehta. I'm a doctor from down the road at University College London, but I'm here to tell you about AlcoChange. So we at CyberLiver, the startup behind AlcoChange, wanted to develop a tool and a behavioral change platform that would help people not only monitor their alcohol use, but also give them a real-time idea of the effects of alcohol on their health and their well-being. So we all know that networking events like this are pretty fun. Alcohol is fun, but there is, as we've heard, a social and medical cost. I think something like for the under 65s, people like you and me, it actually counts for more deaths per year than cigarette smoking. So lots to do. And I'm not sure if you mentioned it, but this week is Alcohol Awareness Week, so in the UK. So it's the perfect week to tell you about AlcoChange. So just to illustrate how AlcoChange can improve your health and can work to improve things, I want to introduce a typical user. This is Joe. So Joe is your average Joe. He works in London. He works in an office around the corner. He drives to work. Now, he's got a pretty hectic life, and he's bought AlcoChange to help him manage his very busy work-life balance. So Joe's been at work today. He's gone for after-work drinks. He's down by the river. It's a nice day, but he's got to go to a party this evening. Is that right, Joe? So Joe's going to use AlcoChange to measure his blood alcohol content to check whether he's safe to drive and to know whether he can get home in time for the party. So Joe plugs in the device. He's all set to go. He takes a big breath. And we get a very nice and clinically grade accuracy blood alcohol content. And that's great. Thanks, Joe. You're good to drive. So listen, you've got this party to go to. You better head home and get changed. Before he does that, now Joe's training for the marathon. Is that right, Joe? So he's using the alcohol diary to monitor his alcohol content. So he hits the image recognition feature. This tracks through image recognition and edge detection exactly what he's been drinking. So he hits the button. We get an image of his drink. He gets 4.8% Beck's beer. He adds that to his diary, and he's good to go. Thank you, Joe. Ooh, that's a step up. Okay, thanks, Joe. You better go home and get changed. So we fast forward a few hours. Joe's at his party. Joe's had significantly more to drink by now. He needs to find a safe way home. So he hits the in case of emergency button, which is at the top of the page. And I'm not sure if we can see that, but he hits that, and that immediately takes him using GPRS, contacts his nearest and dearest. So his hitting that button sends a message to a pre-designated contact. His girlfriend, Cara, comes to pick him up. It's a safe way to get home. He's not necessarily in the good books, but he lives to fight another day. So he's home, he's in bed, and because of our cloud-based behavioral change platform, we know what he's had to drink the day prior. We know he's been out, and we know he's needed the in case of emergency device. So we send him a nudge message to self-monitor. So this encourages him to use the breathalyzer before he travels to work the next morning. And this also encourages him to measure things like tiredness and other aspects of wellness to help him fit his alcohol use into the context of his general well-being and his life. So he's here the next morning. Joe, do you want to take us through the alcohol diary you've been using? So Joe can scroll down the alcohol diary, and it shows his general self-monitoring, and nudge messages can be used to try and encourage him to monitor and self-record. So thank you, Joe. You better get to work. You need to do another breathalyzer with your nudge message for your driving to work the next morning. So that's AlcoChange.